Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to my power, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakatadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who will well and teach well, being great examples to us young brothers. Peace and blessings to all for elect, Lord willing to be a part of that number. I'm the brother Kadar from the Demons Branch of Chicago, coming back with another video. This video is going to be entitled Overcoming Struggles and Mental Obstacles, I think I'm entitled to that. Okay, give me 1 second. It says overcoming struggles and mental barriers, because it's always a fight in this truth, and some things are easier to chip off than others. The Most High reveals to you your flaws bit by bit. When you first came in, okay, this has to stop. Obviously, you got to stop eating swine. Obviously, no lineups. This is Hebrew 101. And then as you start to grow in this thing, it becomes what people say, which is not. I don't want to say this word. I don't want to say little things because it's not little things. It becomes it becomes particular things that the Lord is getting out of us, man, through that fire. And certain habits and certain traits that you developed, being in the world. Okay, the Most High is chastising that out of us, man. Like you purifying gold, or silver. The Most High is purifying us, man. And certain things it takes. Sometimes we don't get the whole point. Sometimes we don't see the bigger picture, obviously. But we understand that we got to have faith that the Lord is working on us, and through us. Certain things are easier to cut off than other things. Sometimes, you win against, you want to win a side against Satan, and sometimes you overcome by your struggles, man. But the scripture says a just man falls 7 times and get it back up again. And I'm speaking in general because everybody got their own little, own little issue they're struggling with, trying to overcome. That's why I'm generalizing everything. This video was inspired by the Elder Zahab. I seen this video this morning. It was called, let me click it. It's entitled "The War Is Won From Within." It's a very powerful lesson. GMS Spirit Wind Levi, I suggest brothers subscribe. Like and subscribe and be edified. Okay, so this is what inspired this lesson through the Spirit power Yahweh Shema Shai. Okay, and the first precept I wanted to read, is this Philippians 4:13. It says, "I can do all things through Hamashiach, which strengtheneth me." Okay, so we must believe that Yahweh Shema Shai is with us, that He's strengthening us, man. Okay, in these battles that we face, in these obstacles that we face, we must fully believe that Yahweh Shema Shai got us. All right, whatever struggle you're facing, know that you can overcome that through Yahweh Shema Shai, but you must believe and you must act on that. Because the scripture talks about faith is there without works. So you must actively try to overcome this. Believing you can through Spirit and power Yahweh Shema Shai, and the Lord is going to strengthen you, and over time, because it doesn't just happen at an instant. It takes time. You have to build that strength, build that resistance, then eventually you overcome it, and then you scripture talks about glory to glory, but it all comes through faith. All right, Yahweh Shai, all right, the scripture says He did not much miracles because they didn't believe. So you have to have that faith. All right, the scripture says your faith have made thee whole. Before Yahweh Shai and the disciples here, they always asked, do you believe? So we must believe in Yahweh Shema Shai that He can help us overcome these struggles and mental barriers, man. You might have a drinking issue, might have a time management issue. All right, might have a punctual issue. All right, might have a health issue. Might have things happen in the world, you know, you want the truth now, and you struggle to have confidence in yourself. You know, hey, these things can be overcome. You know, I'm just through the Spirit throwing things out there. You know, so we must believe in Yahweh B'Shem El Shai, man. Let's grab this Romans 8. The point is at 37. It's my brother Iwilamia's chapter right here, man. This Romans 8, and let me see. I'm trying to see. Really, you can start really all the way up, but let me see. Give me 1 second. I'll get straight to the point. It's fine. Romans 8 and verse 37. It says, Nay, in all these things we are more than conquerors through him that loved us, man. So we're conquerors. All right. God, King, Priest, we can overcome these things, man. But you must believe it. Okay? You must pray to the Lord. Okay? As a matter of fact, that's the Spirit. This guy is James 1. And let me start at verse 5. It says, James 1 and 5, it says, if any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of Yahweh that giveth to all men liberally and upbraideth not, and it shall be given him. So, you know, if you ask for wisdom, the Most High is going to give to you. All right, but you must labor. All right, you must read, you must study. You must ask the Lord to open up your eyes so you can understand. You know, so you can receive it. Okay, to open up your mind. Okay, it says, but let him act in faith, nothing wavering. So you must have faith. If you don't have faith, the Most High not hearing your prayers, man. You know? It says, hey, that's like getting the mail, and as soon as you get the mail, you just throw it away. You know? It says, for he that wavereth is like a wave of the sea, driven with the wind and tossed. For let not that man think he shall receive anything of the Lord. Okay, so you must have faith when you pray for these things, man. And if you struggling with something, you just got to go before the throne. You know, Lord, you know, I'm struggling with this. I really need help. You know, I just need help. Okay, that's the whole point. Okay, and you have to show that you really want to change. You know, and that's Spirit 414. You know, and the Lord is going to deal with you, man. Okay, but it all takes faith, man. You know, you have to put your best foot forward. It's Proverbs 3 and 5. It says, trust in Yahweh with all thine heart, and lead not into thine own understanding. This is what we must pray, you know, all the time, man. You know, this is a heavy prayer, especially in the times that we're coming in, man. You know, because we have to trust the Lord's plan more than our own plan, man. You know, because certain times we have things planned out, and the Lord has other things planned out, and you know, and we get irritated, we get mad, but it's the Lord's will. You know, then later on you see the bigger picture, like, damn, that's why the Lord did that. You know, you thought it was a monkey wrench, all right, which it was a monkey wrench in your plan, but the Lord did that to save you. The Lord did that to look out for you. You know, and he also allowed you to realize that in the end. You know, the Lord is long suffering. All right, it says, in all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy path. All right, so I'm reading again. It says, in all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths, man. So we have to acknowledge Yahweh B'Shem El Shai. Damn, that's the Spirit. That license plate just pulled up, got 144 on it, 441 on it. You know, so we must acknowledge Yahweh B'Shem El Shai before we, you know, make any moves, and you know, just acknowledging the Lord. You know, you know, getting counsel before making a move. Okay, asking the Lord to guide you. You know, you wake up the Wadi Yahweh B'Shem El Shai. All right, asking the Lord to grant you safe travel throughout the day. You know, protect you. Okay, we must keep the Lord on the forefront of our minds at all times. All right, it says verse 7, it says, be not wise in thine own eyes, fear Yahweh and depart from evil. We can't be wise in highs. You know, and we can't just be prideful, man. You know, because we fuck up too. You know, we need mercy as well. You know, we can't just think we got it. You know, because we don't got it, man. All right, truth be told, we don't got it. Okay. So, Lord willing, this is an edifying lesson, you know, on overcoming struggles and mental barriers. You know, I want to give don't want to beat a dead horse, but I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to all for elect. Lord willing, be a part of that number. Shalom, Kwame Sharala, or Abad Ball.